ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਅੱਜ ਬੜਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਲਈ, ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਲਈ, ਜੋ ਮੈਰੀਲੈਂਡਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਹਿਸਟੋਰੀਕਲ ਡੇ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਹਾਊਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਸਟ ਬਲੈਕ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਅਤੇ ਲੈਫਟੀਨੈਂਟ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਹਿਸਟੋਰੀਕਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਨੇ, ਇੱਥੇ 8 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਈ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ। ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਸ਼ਮੂਲੀਅਤ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਅਦਾਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ, ਸਾਡੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ। One by one. Yep. अच्छा। अंदर चलो। बोले सो निहाल। Rest you can't have two. Okay. बोले सो निहाल। सत श्री अकाल। ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਅਮੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਟੀਵੀ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇ ਜਸਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੈਸੀ ਜੀ, ਸਿੱਖ ਲੀਡਰ ਨੇ ਮੈਰੀਲੈਂਡ ਤੋਂ। ਅੱਜ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਹਾਊਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਈ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਕੀ ਕਹੋਗੇ 8 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ?
ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੌਮ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਵੀ ਆਰ ਫੀਲਿੰਗ ਸੋ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਵੈਸਟਮੋਰ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੈਂਪੇਨ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਜਿੱਤੋਗੇ, ਬਣੋਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਓਗੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਡਿਲੀਵਰ ਕੀਤਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੈਂਕਫੁਲ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਨੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਈ ਗਈ। ਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਹੋਇਆ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਹੋਏ, ਸਰੋਪੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ। ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ।
ਇੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਡਿਮਾਂਡ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਵਾਈਟ ਹਾਊਸ 'ਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਨਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ?
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਈਏ, ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਹੋਏ ਔਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ 'ਚ ਰਹੇ।
ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਰੇਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 4th of July ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਗੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਜੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਪੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਜੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿ 8 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੈਪ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ, ਜਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ?
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਔਰ ਐਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਹੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਇਆ। ਫਿਰ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਦੇ ਕਈ ਸਾਲ ਆ ਗਏ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ। ਪਰ ਇਹ ਦੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਮੈਰੀਲੈਂਡ ਸਟੇਟ 'ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕੀ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਜਦ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਤਦੋਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਪਰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਬੜਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਮੂਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ।
ਇਹ ਸੀ ਜਸਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੈਸੀ, ਸਿੱਖਸ ਆਫ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਚੇਅਰਮੈਨ ਵੀ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਜੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਸ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਮਨਾਈ ਜਾਏ। ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਹੋ ਅਮੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਟੀਵੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਰਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ, ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਹਾਊਸ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅੱਜ 8 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ 8 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਨਵਾਂ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਆਇਆ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦਾ ਤਿਉਹਾਰ ਮਨਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ। ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਦਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਅੱਜ ਬੜਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਮੂਮੈਂਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਫॉर द ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਹਾਊਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਫਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਫਟਰ 8 years that Governor Moore, who is a very inclusive governor, is doing an event for the community and especially a proud moment for the Sikhs, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਦਿਨ ਹੈਗਾ। ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਦਿਨ 'ਤੇ there was the birth of the Khalsa, and not only that, also it's a great moment for Punjab and the farmers of Punjab and also farmers all over the world, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਫਸਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਅਗਲੀ ਫਸਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋਣ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਫੈਮਲੀਜ਼ ਅਗਲੇ ਫਲੋਰਿਸ਼ ਹੋਣ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮੱਚ।
ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਊਡ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਰੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਵੈਸਟਮੋਰ, ਲੈਫਟੀਨੈਂਟ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਅਰੁਣਾ ਮਿਲਰ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਫਰਸਟ ਲੇਡੀ ਡੌਨ ਮੋਰ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਈ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਰੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੀ ਗਿਣੀ ਚੁਣੀ ਪਤਵੰਤੀ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੀਡਰਸ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਸਰਦਾਰ ਹਰੀ ਰਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ, ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਠੱਕਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸੂਦ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਲੂਜਾ, ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਆਈ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ कि वी आर सो प्राउड एंड ब्लैसड और बहुत ही अच्छा इवेंट होया और अज असी सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੀ इत्थों ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਥੈਂਕ ਦ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਕਿ 8 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇੱਥੇ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾਈ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਅਹਿਮੀਅਤ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੈਗਾ ਬਰਥ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਔਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਕਰਾਮਾਤਾਂ ਦਿਖਾਈਆਂ ਨੇ। ਦੇ ਹੈਵ ਸਟੂਡ ਬਾਏ righteousness and they have shown that the Khalsa can stand everywhere. Thank you ji. Vaiguru.
I am Dr. Saluja from Baltimore. ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਗਵਰਨਰਸ ਦੇ ਹਾਊਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਬਹੁਤ representation of Sikhs, Hindus and Muslims all are there and everybody is enjoying. And ਆਪ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਬਾਰਕ। Thank you.
What a blessed evening, and a blessed Vaisakhi to everybody. It is an honor to stand here this evening and to welcome you home, welcome you to the people, welcome you to a place that needs you, a place that understands and respects not just the culture and the history, but understands a proud future. And I can tell you right now, it fills all of our hearts to be able to look at this room and to say that we see Maryland in all of its beautiful, beautiful tapestry. That each and every one of you represent the best of us. And it is an honor to have you here inside of the People's House. It is an honor to be able to have our First Lady, my First Lady, as my true heartbeat on this journey. It is an honor to have my dear friend and the best Lieutenant Governor in America, Aruna Miller, as my partner. I tell you right now, and I've said it before and I will say it again, the most important day in our campaign for governor was the day that Aruna Miller said yes to being part of this journey. And I knew it was not just going to be an important day for a campaign. This was going to be an important day for the future of the state of Maryland. Because in our Lieutenant Governor, we have a trailblazer. She is both the first woman of color to ever hold the job of Lieutenant Governor in the history of the state of Maryland, the first immigrant to ever be elected to statewide office in the history of the state of Maryland. And importantly, she represents what it means for every single one of our children to know that when we talk about the future of our state, that they're being said and seen to. It's the reason that we're so proud to have an administration and a cabinet that we do, to include people like Dr. Sanjay Rai as running higher education. It's the reason that we are so blessed to have people like Reverend Larry Walker running all of our It's the reason that we are so incredibly blessed to be here with dear friends like Preet. Thank you so much. Dear friends like Jesse, thank you so much for all you do and all you continue to do and the leadership you show. Thank you so much to each and every one of you. See, Dr. Sir, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for continuing to believe. To be able to believe and to know that our state can and they will be better, because this is a state that's based on a foundation of faith. Of a faith of a better tomorrow. Of a faith of honoring those who came before us. But that the best way to honor those who came before us is to make sure that we're building the best foundation for those who will come after us. And that's what this is. This is a celebration of renewal. It's a celebration of reflection. It's a celebration of restoration. And it's a celebration of faith. A celebration that we stand on mighty shoulders and we stand on rocks that are higher than I. And we celebrate and we elevate the story 5 brave men who were willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for what they believed in. Willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for everyone around them. It's a story that is unique to the Sikh faith, but it's also a story that is universal. And this story speaks to the values that bind each and every one of us as humans. Now, before the inauguration, we made the very, very conscious decision. You know, I think one thing people are learning about this administration is we move with intentionality. Nothing is an accident, right? And the way we decided to have our inaugural process was not an accident either. Where even though we knew we were going to be inaugurated on a Wednesday, we knew before that we were going to gather and have a celebration of faith. Where we're able to gather with faith leaders of multiple faiths all around the state of Maryland and to come together to give thanks. To come together with an acknowledgement that there is so much more than unites us that could ever divide us. And those who seek to divide us know that they do not stand a chance against the forces that are bringing us together already and the history that we stand on. And so when I look around this room, I see common values. I see common ideals and I see common faith. It's that we share a common belief in equality. We share a common belief in sacrifice. We share a common belief in service. We share a common belief.
Celebrate this most important moment in the Sikh religious community and culture. We are grateful to have you here. I'm so grateful for my husband and the Lieutenant Governor. We were very much looking forward to this day. And one of the promises, or maybe one of the unspoken promises, is that we would make Government House the people's house. And we would open it up for cultural and educational opportunities. And so this is a true honor for us. I wear a couple of hats. I'm the wife of the 63rd governor. I am the mother of James and Mia, and I am your First Lady. I'm very honored to be that. And I'm also the chair of the Foundation for the Home. And we want to be able to do more programs and more cultural events such as this, because it really just fills us to be able to learn from each and every one of you and be blessed by your presence. So thank you so much. God bless you. And it is my honor to introduce the very fabulous Lieutenant Governor Luna Miller.
Sat Sri Akal. It is so great to be in this room today with friends and friends that I call family. Governor Moore, you should know that these folks, I have spent birthdays with them, weddings with them, celebrations with them, everything you can think of. This is family to me. So it is so wonderful to see all of you here today. And Madam First Lady, you are the most elegant and most beautiful First Lady in the world. So, you know, Governor Moore was a little worried that we were celebrating Vaisakhi so late. And I said, Governor, don't worry about it. We all run on IST, Indian Standard Time, right? So it's okay if we're on one day celebrating. I okay. But honestly, it's great to be with all of you, not just to celebrate Vaisakhi, but to celebrate the glory and the strength of the Sikh community. Our Sikh brothers and sisters are an integral part of the fabric and the diversity that binds and strengthens Maryland and our nation. And I'm so grateful for my friends Jesse Singh, who earlier spoke, as well as my friend Preet Thakar. Where is Preet? Yes, my dear friend. And Governor, you should also know my doctors in the room, which is, there she is, Dr. Manbir Thakar. So she's the one that takes really good care of me. So thank you. Sikhism emphasizes social equality, truthful living, service to humanity, and devotion. The rich history of Sikhs in America began over 125 years ago with the journey of thousands of people from the province of Punjab to the agricultural farms of California to the lumber mills of Washington State and Oregon. Sikh Americans bravely served during World War I, World War II, and all subsequent wars. They faced adversity and discrimination that was codified into law throughout our history, and yet they fought for the country they loved. And they fought to make their country better, more inclusive, and more equal for the entire Asian American community. I know you and I wouldn't be here today as Americans of Indian origin if it were not for their efforts. I also know that I wouldn't be standing before you as Lieutenant Governor of Maryland if it were not for the tremendous support of Maryland's Sikh community, every one of them that are here today. Every single time I reached out to you, you said yes. Thank you for believing in Governor Moore and me. And every single time that I didn't win the election, you were there for me, to comfort me, to tell me you can get up and do it again. So thank you. I also know that I would never have been in any elected office if it were not for one particular Sikh American, a trailblazer and a courageous leader, Dalit Singh Sahni, who was born in Punjab, India in 1899. He came to the United States in 1920. And in the 1940s, Sahni helped launch a successful effort to convince the U.S. Congress to pass the Luce-Celler Act of 1946, which granted naturalization rights to Indian American immigrants for the very first time. After becoming a U.S. citizen himself, he was elected as a judge in 1952. And in 1956, Judge Dalit Singh
introduced the chair of the South Asian Commission, a gem for the community, and a gentleman that as I get to know each day, I get to appreciate him even more, Mr. Jesse Singh.
Thank you, Governor. Governor Westmore, Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller, and our most elegant First Lady, Dawn Moore. Thank you for having us. When we were going through this campaign, we would see our governor and lieutenant governor. We would ask them for so many things. It was just, we want this, we want this, we want this, we want this. And they always promised yes, yes, yes. And now 6 months into this administration, we are here thanking them for keeping their promise. The first promise they made was to celebrate Vaisakhi, which the previous administration did not celebrate for 8 years. And they kept their promise, and today we are here celebrating Vaisakhi. Thank you, Governor. Special thanks to First Lady who opened her house. You'll not just open your house, you'll open your hearts for us. And this community will always remember this, and we're always going to be with you. Thank yous continue. Thank yous continue for giving us our sister as Lieutenant Governor, Aruna Miller. Yeah. We all feel that we are Lieutenant Governors. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving us such a diverse cabinet. We have Secretary Sanjay Rai, Secretary of State Susan Reen, Secretary Atif Chaudhary. I saw Secretary Sanjay Rai here, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for us. And Governor Westmore and Lieutenant Aruna Miller, when they took charge, they created history in Maryland. They became the first African American, the first black governor of the state of Maryland, which is a proud moment for all minorities. first Lieutenant Governor of color of our South Asian heritage. We are so proud of that. This does not stop here. Governor Moore has done more in 6 months than other governors did in 8 years. On the first day, he released $68 million that the previous government had kept, on the side, but not releasing it, like they were not celebrating Vaisakhi, to give better health options to our middle class and needy people, to give more opportunities to our low-income people. He also started the service program for our youth, right? I think it was the first day that you announced, which is a remarkable thing. I think the whole nation is going to follow it. That our youth has so much opportunity now in their high school, they will be learning and have things to do that will ultimately lead to success of our youth. The list keeps going on. The tightening of the gun control bill to fight crime, the $15 minimum wage that is taking effect in January. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and I can be here, all night thanking you. But it's been amazing what you have done, and we're so proud of you. And you see the inclusiveness today in this room. You see people from different faiths, people, Muslims, Hindus, Christians, Sikhs, people not only from different faiths, but from Pakistan. Pakistan and Indians together here, which is unheard of back then. and Mr. Sajid Tara, thank you, the chairman of Muslims of America. Before I go, I just want to get one more promise from you. That you and our Lieutenant Governor have now a habit of making history. So we'll make another history by celebrating Vaisakhi for the first time in the White House. Thank you for opening your doors for us. And now I would like to ask our community leader, our gem of our community again. His wife is a phenomenal physician, and he's such a great entrepreneur and a leader of the community, Mr. Preet Thakkar, to please come and introduce our First Lady. Thank you.